What's up guys, my name's Jax and this is Alicia, and today we're going to show you my top 3 favorite glute exercises. Number 1, you have to be doing hip thrusts if you want to grow your glutes. Hip thrust is a great exercise to put the glute muscles in a shortened position. The reason why you want some exercises that give you a shortened position is because it works the muscles differently. For example, squats, RDLs, Bulgarians, etc. They train the glutes in a lengthened position. With the hip thrust, as you're about to see, the hardest part of the lift is when the glutes are in a shortened position, which is at the top. Let's go through technique. Let's go through how to do it correctly. And we're going to start without any weight. I just want to show you how to do the technique correct and how to do the exercise. So Alicia, you're going to show us your feet positioning. So we're going to get your feet about there. Depending on how long your torso and legs are, your feet are going to be a little bit different. But we want them just in front of your knee line once you're at the top of the position. Let's get a few reps in. Good. The first thing I want to explain to you guys is you don't want to do this. Stop. If you let your head go back, arch your back and go as high as you can, people think this is great because they're going higher. Right now, Alicia, you're probably feeling it in your lower back. We don't want that. The glutes aren't actually working that hard here. So what I want you to do is look forward, ribs down, squeeze the glutes. The technique I want you to visualize is glute scooping, anterior pelvic tilt. So you want to be glute scoop and drive your hips up. Let's go a few more reps. Awesome, rest. We're going to rest for a little bit and then we're going to go into doing it with some weight because of course we really focus on progressive overload here with Team Booted by Jax. It's good to do these body weight, and if you're at home, do them single leg, do high reps, but eventually you want to look at getting stronger if you want to really grow your glutes. So we're going to get a bar here. We've got about 60 kilos on here, a bit of padding. Make sure you get some padding for your hips so you don't end up with bruises. Setup's going to be very similar. Let's do it. Good. We're going to aim for about 12 reps. If you want to grow your muscles, the rep range between 8 and 12 reps is a really great place to start, and it's where you'll see most of my rep ranges on my program because that's the rep ranges that's going to grow your muscles the best. Let's finish strong. Technique should be the exact same from rep 1 to rep 12. Awesome. How'd that feel? Good. Okay, so there's your hip thrust. Number 2 is going to be Romanian deadlifts or RDLs. This exercise is great because it's very much like an opposite of a hip thrust because we're working the glutes in a lengthened position. The hardest part of this exercise is when you're in the stretched or lengthened position. That's why this is a great complementary exercise on hip thrust. Let's go over some technique. Want to make sure that as you're coming down that you're bending the knees and driving the hips backwards. Good. You don't want to be going too deep and lengthening from the lower back or going too deep and working the hamstrings. If you want to keep this glute focused, keep it in this technique that Alicia's showing you right now. Head position is neutral. We're not lifting the head too high or tucking it too aggressively low. And back is staying in a nice neutral position. Also, some things you want to work on is keeping your feet about hip width apart or slightly closer. Feet are actually facing quite straight in this variation. This is allowing the glute max to get a nice stretch. Another thing you want to focus on is nothing should be done fast. Slow tempo, controlled, using a little bit of mind muscle connection and going towards failure. Exercise number 3, Bulgarians. With Bulgarians, we're also getting the glutes into a stretch position, but why I love adding Bulgarians as number 3 is it's a single leg exercise with some small assistance from the back leg. This is really great to make sure that you're keeping your ankles strong and you're getting lots of stability. It also makes the glute work in a three-dimensional position. So what I mean by that is we're working a bit of the side glutes and the glute max because you are having to stabilize. And as you can see, it's really painful. Rest, good. Ankle on the bench, sit back onto your ankle, straighten the front leg out as far as you can, keep going. And then stand up. And that will be a good starting position for your Bulgarian. Then on the way down, we're gonna focus on bringing the ribs down. When you come down, make sure the knee doesn't go forward and just drop down into that position. The reason we wanna use this technique, come up, do a few reps. The reason we wanna use this technique is because if the knee goes forward and your body's really upright, you're gonna be working a lot of your quads. And I'm giving you the technique for a glute-focused Bulgarian. The more crease we're getting in the leggings here, the more stretch you're gonna get from the glutes and the more you're gonna grow. I hope you enjoyed my 3 favorite glute exercises. And if you want a personalized program around your goals, head to the link in the description below.